This is going to be a quick run through of the installation of PyMOL and ProMOL and PyRx. Here's a little document I put together, but if you follow, first of all, for PyMOL, this link will take you to a commercial site, Schrödinger, which publishes PyMOL. If you register, you can register as a student or an instructor, and this seems super straightforward. They will send you, it's usually pretty quick turnaround, a link to install PyMOL. You'll be getting it from pymol.org, so when you go here and download, you'll have a link, I think, once you register for the free educational use. Once you do that, notice I have two PyMOL executables here. This is the open source one that you have to compile yourself. This one just seems to be a lot easier. When you run that, you will see the actual Python window here that you don't really do anything with, the interaction window up here, and the viewer window down here. I probably have more than a few downloaded structures. So here's one of them. In the viewer window, it kind of defaults to the wireframe, which is not my favorite. I'm using the right on my 3-button mouse. The right click and hold will rotate. If I left click and hold, I zoom in and out. If I scroll on my middle mouse button, if I hold my middle mouse button, I can translate in the XYZ. If I scroll on my middle mouse button, I get a wider or narrower Z slab. I always sort of find myself wondering what amino acid is what. In order to follow that, you have to click on display up here and tell it that you want to see the actual sequence of amino acids. This has the amino acids of this protein and then all of these water molecules at the end of it. This is not too pretty in that way. You can do some different things, like make it pretty. So that's always kind of fun, and you get the secondary structure out of that. So PyMOL is a nifty viewer in its own right. What we're going to do is add a plugin. So you see the plugins up here. I already have ProMOL and some other things installed in there, but you need to add that ProMOL. You need to add ProMOL in there. So in order to do that, we have to get it. So we're going to go to SourceForge here, which has the more recent versions. This is a little bit confusing, I found. If you simply go look for ProMOL, you'll get a couple sites that aren't helpful. It is from RIT, Rochester Institute of Technology. This does not get you the useful file, and they should not really have this site up anymore. This one, or this one, does, but it seems to refer to, if we go to downloads, 5.3, and we're on 5.4 now. So I got to the SourceForge here, and I selected ProMOL 5, and it's 5.4, 419 that we want. So I think I've just downloaded the exe file, or you can grab the zip file if you want to do it that way. And then when you run that executable, that will install oops, that's not what I wanted. That's what it's going to make. Should get eventually to this executable here. So agree and all that stuff, and you want to install the ProMOL plugin. You can double check where your and you should do this. Double check where your PyMOL lives, because I have the two versions of it. I need to make sure that I do that right, so that I get it into the right one. Because I have PyMOL in my Python install, but I should also have, let's see, where does this link actually connect to? Yeah, the free version, the free educational version, lives in here. So I would need to have that install in. All the way down in here. So the path that I need is, let me see if I can recreate that. So the path that I need, is not that. I need that same folder, but in the ProMOL, not in my, or in the PyMOL, not in the Python. Let's see, how do I do this? So I'll do this. I will go to my C drive. Go to my program files. I'm going to go not to Python, but to PyMOL. Come here, program files. There we go. I'm going to go into program files. Then I'm going to go into PyMOL. Then I'm going to go into modules and PMGTK and startup, and that is where I want it to go. So the path should be C, program files, PyMOL, PyMOL modules, PMGTK, startup. Okay, hope I did that right. Of course, I had it running before, but I think that's the way you do it. Close this again and see if I killed it or not. Okay, awesome. So if I go up here to plugin, I see that I have ProMOL 5.4. I'm going to open that. I get this little interface, and that's really what's added on. It has a nice little fetch PDB. You can enter a PDB code here, and it'll just run out and get it. But what we really want to do is motif finder. It has installed 388 known active site motifs already, so it knows what to look for. We have a bunch of sort of work in progress folders that are here, or work in progress protein files that are here. I sort of said I would work on 4Q7Q, so we could do that. What I think is kind of nice is to run something where we know what it's supposed to look like. 2PN is a serine protease. It is trypsin. Fun things you can look at. Trypsin has an active site that is a serine and an adjacent histidine. Oops, where is it down here? A serine and a histidine and a aspartate. Here we go. Serine 195, histidine 57, aspartate 102, and that makes up the really what we would consider the active site of the serine protease trypsin. So 2PTN, is a trypsin structure. There are lots of them out there. So what we're going to do is go in Motif Finder, and I'm going to say, okay, I want you to search through 2PTN, and this will ask me what motifs I want to look. I just leave it as all. I don't calculate the RMS distance, but I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to restrict this to EC enzyme classification numbers. We're restricting our study to hydrolases. A serine protease is a hydrolase. So I'm going to say, yeah, don't go looking at every possible protein over there. Let's just look at hydrolases. So I'm going to simply enter a 3 in this first box and leave the next box blank. The next 3 boxes blank. Select. And this is going to run for a little bit, and I'm going to pause my video while it does. Okay, we're back. This is finished up. Note it has found all within the EC3 because I told it to do that. Half a dozen or so matches. These are the better ones, these not so good. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell it to show me the alignments. Won't have it calculate RMSDs again. And we can look at, okay, what did you do? So if we click on this one, notice that after it thinks a little bit, in the graphics window it pulls up, in fact, a really good alignment between a serine, a histidine, and an aspartate. So this is what we would call a pretty much perfect match. Here's what it found, 1A0J. Just for fun, we can look at what that is. A0J is, in fact, guess what? A trypsin. So no big surprise there. This one is a different EC number. It's a 3.5, not a 3.4. The alignment's a little bit different. It found a matching pair of amino acids somewhere else. I'm not sure what we would do with this one, but there it is. Here's a match to the catalytic triad. Actually got a fourth one over here. This one is, you can see what that is too a minute. RTF. So this is TPA, tissue plasminogen activator, another serine protease, somewhat different than trypsin. If we turn on the full protein and zoom out, if I turn on, notice what I did, I went into the hit protein, the RTF, and then I took the target protein as well, and I'll turn that on. These are pretty similar, a few differences here and there. Last one, it's got an aspartate and a histidine. I don't know why this one wants to show looks like it's showing hydrogens, but that's alright. And if we turn the full proteins back on again, you can see those are pretty similar overall. So this is kind of interesting. What we found were a few more serine proteases that are very similar in overall tertiary structure. These matches will be probably less than good, and I'm not entirely sure what one does with sort of, what does that mean type of matches, but we'll be thinking about that as we go along. So that's some things you can do with PyMOL and ProMOL. And a similar approach can happen with these other query proteins. Then the final thing we're going to want is PyRx or PyRx. That is not the right link, so let me fix that. But if I go in PyRx, there we go. This is going to be from SourceForge. PyRx is from Scripps, I think, in California. We'll go to downloads, and we will not pay for the latest version, but we're going to get the free 0.8 version, and that's a pretty straightforward setup. So you can go ahead and do that one. PyRx has some very nice online videos that I will include in this document that I'm finishing up. But that should open and look kind of like this. So I hope that helps.